So this is chapter 2 of the House of Night novel marked by PC and Kristen Cast. And let's get started. If you hear anything, I have my puppy over there, so she sometimes likes to jiggle the pillows I have my laptop propped up on. So, don't worry about it. Anyway, chapter 2. When I figured that enough time had passed for everyone to have left school, I flopped my hair back over my forehead and left the bathroom, hurrying to the doors that led to the student parking lot. Everything seemed all clear. There were just some random kid wearing those seriously unattractive gang wannabe baggy pants cutting across the far end of the lot. I love that. Unattractive gang wannabe baggy pants. I love that. Keeping his pants from falling down as he walked was taking all of his concentration. He wouldn't even notice me. I gritted my teeth against the throbbing pain in my head and bolted out the door, heading straight for my little bug. The moment I stepped outside, the sun began to batter me. I mean, it wasn't a particularly sunny day. There were plenty of those big puffy clouds that looked so pretty in pictures floating around the sky, semi-blocking the sun, but it didn't matter. I had to squint my eyes painfully to hold my hand up as a make-believe sunblock against that intermittent light. I guess it was because I was focused so hard on the pain the ordinary sunlight was causing me that I didn't notice the truck until it squealed to a stop in front of me. "Hey, Zoe, didn't you get my message?" Oh, crap. It was Heath. I glanced up, looking at him from between my fingers like I was watching one of those stupid slasher movies. He was sitting on an open tailgate of his friend Dustin's pickup truck. Over his shoulder, I could see the cab of the truck where Dustin and his brother Drew were doing what they were usually doing, wrestling around and arguing over God only knows what stupid boy thing. Thankfully, they were ignoring me. I glanced back at Heath and sighed. He had a beer in his hand and a goofy grin on his face. Momentarily forgetting that I had just been marked and was destined to become an outcast, blood-sucking monster, I scowled at Heath. "You're drinking at school? Are you crazy?" His little boy grin got any bigger. "Yeah, I'm crazy about you, baby." I shook my head as I turned my back to him, opening the creaky door to my bug and shoving my books and backpack into the passenger seat. "Why aren't you guys at football practice?" I said, still keeping my face angled away from him. "Didn't you hear? We got the day off because of the ass-kicking we gave Union on Friday." Dustin and Drew, who must have been kind of paying attention to Heath and me after all, did a couple of very oaky yoo-hoo and yeah yell from the inside of the truck. No, I must have missed the announcement. I've been very busy today, big geometry test tomorrow. I tried to sound normal and nonchalant, then I coughed and added, plus I'm getting a crappy cold. "Zoe, really, are you pissed or something? Like, did Kayla say some shit about the party? You know I didn't really cheat on you." "Huh?" Kayla had not said one solitary word about Heath cheating on me. Like a moron, I forgot, okay, temporarily, about my new mark. My head snapped around so I could glare at him. "What did you do, Heath?" "Zoe, me? You know I wouldn't." But his innocent act and his excuses faded into an unattractive, open-mouthed look of shock when he caught sight of my mark. "What the—" he started to say, but I cut him off. "Shh!" I jerked my head in the direction of the still clueless Dustin and Drew, who were now singing at the top of their totally tone-deaf lungs to the latest Toby Keith CD. Heath's eyes were still wide and shocked, but he lowered his voice. "Is that some kind of makeup thingy you're doing for drama class?" "No," I whispered, "it's not." "But you can't be marked. We're going out." "We are not going out." And just like my semi-reprieve from coughing ended, I practically doubled over, hacking a seriously nasty, phlegmy cough. "Hey, Zoe," Dustin called from the cab, "you gotta lay off those cigarettes." "Yeah, you look like you're gonna cough up a lung or something," Drew said. "Dude, leave her alone. You know she don't smoke. She's a vampire." Great. Wonderful. Keith, with his usual total and complete lack of anything resembling good sense, thought he was actually standing up for me as he yelled at his friends, who instantly stuck their heads out of the open windows and gawked at me like I was a science experiment. Well, shit, Zoe's a fucking freak, Drew said. Drew's insensitive words made the anger that had been simmering somewhere inside my chest ever since Kayla had cringed from me bubble up and boil over. Ignoring the pain the sun was causing me, I stared straight at Drew, meeting his eyes. Shut the hell up. I've had a really bad day and I do not need this crap from you. I paused to look from the now wide-eyed and silent Drew to Dustin and added, or you. And as I kept eye contact with Dustin, I realized something. Something that shocked and really excited me. Dustin looked scared. Really scared. I glared back at Drew, and he looked scared too. Then I felt it. A tingling sensation that crawled over my skin and made my new mark burn. Power. I felt power. So, what the fuck? Heath's voice broke my attention and pulled my gaze from the brothers. We're out of here, Dustin said, throwing the truck into gear and stepping on the gas. The pickup lurched forward, causing Heath to lose his balance and slide, with a windmill of arms and a flying veer, onto the black top of the parking lot. Automatically, I rushed forward. Are you okay? Heath was on his hands and knees, and I bent down to help pull him to his feet. Then I smelled it. Something smelled amazing. Hot and sweet and delicious. Was Heath wearing new cologne? One of those weird pheromone things that are supposed to attract women like a big genetically engineered bug zapper? I didn't realize how close I was to him until he stood straight up and our bodies were almost pressed together. He looked down at me, a question in his eyes. I didn't back away from him. I should have. I would have before, but not now. Not today. So, he said softly, his voice deep and husky. You smell really good. I couldn't stop myself from saying. My heart was pounding so loud that I could hear its echoes in my throbbing temples. Zoe, I really missed you. We need to get back together. You know I really love you. He reached up to touch my face, and both of us noticed the blood that smeared the palm of his hand. Oh, shit. I guess His voice closed off when he glanced at my face. I could only imagine what it must look like, with my face all white, my new mark blazingly outlined in sapphire blue, and my eyes staring at the blood in his hand. I couldn't move. I couldn't look away. I whispered. What did I want? I couldn't put it into words. No, that wasn't it. I wouldn't put it into words. Wouldn't say aloud the overwhelming surge of white-hot desire that was trying to drown me, and it wasn't because Heath was standing so near. He'd been close to me before. Hell, we'd been making out for a year. But he'd never make me feel like this. Nothing ever like this. I bit my lip and moaned. The pickup truck squealed to a halt, fishtailing beside us. Drew jumped out, grabbed Heath around the waist, and jerked him backward into the cab of the truck. Knock it off! I'm talking to Zoe! Heath tried to struggle against Drew, but the kid was a Broken Arrow senior linebacker and truly ginormous. Dustin reached around them and slammed the door to the truck. Leave him alone, you freak! Drew yelled at me as Dustin floored the truck, and this time they really did speed off. I got into my bug. My hands were shaking so hard I had to try 3 times before I got the engine started. Just get home. Just get home. I said the words over and over between wrenching coughs as I drove. I wouldn't think about what happened. I couldn't think about what just happened. The drive home took 15 minutes, but it seemed to pass in a blink of an eye. Too soon I was sitting in the driveway, trying to get ready for the scene I knew, sure as lightning follows thunder, was waiting inside for me. Why had I been so eager to get here? I suppose I hadn't technically been all that eager. I suppose I'd just been escaping from what happened in the parking lot with Heath. No, I wasn't going to think about that now, and anyway, there was probably some kind of rational explanation for everything. A rational and simple explanation. Dustin and Drew were idiots. Totally immature beer brains. I hadn't used a creepy new power to intimidate them. They had just been freaked that I had been marked. That was it. I mean, people were scared of vampires. But I'm not a vampire, I said, and then I coughed while I remembered how hypnotically beautiful Heath's blood had been, and the rush of desire I had felt for it. Not Heath, but Heath's blood. No, no, no. Blood was not beautiful or desirable. I must be in shock. That's it. That had to be it. I was in shock and not thinking clearly. Okay. Absent-mindedly, I touched my forehead. It had stopped burning, but still felt different. I coughed for the zillionth time. Fine, I wouldn't think about Heath, but I couldn't deny anymore. I felt different. My skin was ultra-sensitive, my chest hurt, and even though I had my cool Maui Jim sunglasses on, my eyes kept tearing up painfully. I'm dying, I moaned, and then promptly clamped my lips shut. I might actually be dying. I glanced up at the brick house that after 3 years... Oh, shoot, I lost my spot. After 3 years still didn't seem like home. Get it over with, just get it over with. At least my sister wouldn't be home yet. Cheerleading practice. Hopefully the troll would be totally hypnotized by his new Delta Force Black Hawk Down video game. Ew. I might have Mom to myself. Maybe she would understand. Maybe she would know what to do. Ah, hell. I was 16 years old, but suddenly realized that I wanted nothing as much as I wanted my mom. Please let her understand, I whispered a simple prayer to whatever god or goddess might be listening to me. As usual, I went through the garage. I walked down the hall to my room, dumped my geometry book, purse, and backpack on my bed. Then I took a deep breath and headed a little shakily to go find my mom. She was in the family room, curled up on the edge of the couch, sipping a cup of coffee, reading Chicken Soup for a Woman's Soul. She looked so normal, so much like she used to look, except that she used to read exotic romances and actually wear makeup. Both were things her new husband didn't allow. What a turd. Mom? She didn't look up at me. I swallowed hard. Mama? I used the name I used to call her, back in the days before she married John. I need your help. I don't know whether it was the unexpected use of Mama, or if it was something in my voice touched an old piece of Mom tuition she still had somewhere inside her, but the eyes she lifted immediately from the book were soft and filled with concern. What is it, baby? She began, and then her words seemed to freeze on her lips, and her eyes found the mark on my forehead. Oh, God, what have you done now? My heart started to hurt again. Mom, I didn't do anything. This is something that happened to me, not because of me. It's not my fault. Oh, please, no, she wailed as if I hadn't said a word. What is your father going to say? I wanted to scream. How the hell would any of us know what my father was going to say? We haven't seen or heard from him for 14 years. But I knew it wouldn't do any good. And it always just made her mad when I reminded her that John was not my real father. So I tried a different tactic, one I'd given up on 3 years ago. Mama, please, can't you just not tell him? At least for a day or two. Just keep it between the two of us until we, I don't know, get used to it or something. I held my breath. But what would I say? You can't even cover the thing up with makeup. Her lips curled weirdly as she gave the crescent moon a nervous glance. Mom, I didn't mean that I'd stay here while we got used to it. I have to go. You know that. I had to pause while a huge cough made my shoulders shake. The tracker marked me. I have to move to the House of Night, or I'm just going to get sicker and sicker. And then die. I tried to tell her with my eyes. I couldn't actually say the word.